Oh man. I almost PR'd today in power cleans. I had a couple of really good attempts at it. I successfully caught 85 kg. And 85 kg is 188. So yeah, I successfully caught 2 pounds lighter than my PR. Just barely didn't catch 191 or 87 kg. So it was so close. But honestly, as a track athlete, the important part of power cleans is getting that power of picking the weight up off the ground and that hip explosion. But front squatting can help you develop that core strength to be able to catch more weight, and then you just have to put it all together. The catch, yeah, it's great. It feels great to be able to catch that much weight, but that's not the important part of the lift. I'm not an Olympic lift, specialist, so my catching technique has a lot of room for improvement. So it's more about the pull. Going for these big weights, it really kind of mimics the mindset that you have to be in to hit a big pull in the pole vault. Getting yourself mentally ready to do something 100%. And there's no way to practice that other than doing it. So the cool thing about power cleaning is you can practice that mindset off the runway, getting ready to go for it. They quickly became my favorite lift last year after getting over some back injuries that restricted me from being able to do Olympic lifts for many years. I really struggled with back injuries in 2017, 18, 19, and then they started to go away in 2020, so I was easing my way back into it. And then really between 2021 and 2, I started Olympic lifting again, but it really takes years to build back that strength around your spinal cord, especially that core strength, because I was having bulging disc issues. Over literal years, I have built up the strength, the technique, and the confidence to really go for it in the weight room now. Days like today, yes, I would have loved to have caught that 191 or that 87 kg. I would have loved to catch that weight, but I look back at where I was just 2 years ago with my lifting, and I have made leaps and bounds. Sometimes you have to just forget about technique, put all the little stuff away and just focus on being the most beastly athlete you possibly can. Now I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat something, because that is also most important to physical training, is fueling the body.
So now I'm going to transition over and talk about some other things that have been going on the last few weeks. One of them being that my Jeep broke down on the side of the highway on my way to practice, which was kind of scary, but it was all good. I found a safe spot to pull over, and the tow truck man was very nice. He showed up and he towed my beloved Jeep. His name is Chief. My Jeep's name is Chief. Towed him off to the shop, and he's all fixed up now. But, I had things to get done that day, so I got the guy to give me a ride to the track, and he was very kind to do that. And I went and got my workout done, because as an athlete, this is my job, and I had stuff that I needed to do.
I have about 1 more minute to rest. So this morning my car broke down. Something went bad, it happens. I made it here, I did my lift. Still had a quality lift session, and now I gotta go, but now I'm getting my plyos in. Today is still a good day.
So I didn't let it ruin my day, and when your day doesn't go as planned, don't let it get in the way of getting progress done. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it get in your way. Go get your stuff done. Another thing I've been really focusing on getting better at since getting here to Louisville to train is getting better at my handstands. Look, I was not a gymnast. There are so many pole vaulters who grew up as gymnasts, and I was not one of them. I was a sprinter, a hurdler, a volleyball player, and eventually in 8th grade, I started pole vaulting, and I went straight from other track and field events like sprinting and hurdling into vaulting, and the gymnastics side of things was not, I'll just say, not my specialty. I cannot help but just crack up when I watch these videos of myself. How did I go on to become an Olympic medalist in anything? That is how I did jumping jacks. And then the others are doing it perfectly.
I'll get it someday.
But look, I'm making so much progress, okay? I've never been able to hold a free handstand for very long, so woohoo! One more home video for the road. So this is when I was first learning how to pole vault, and as you can see, I had no idea what I was doing, but at least I went for it.
Someday my handstands will look like Gabby's.
I was attempting to show you how good she is at doing handstands, and she happened to be coming out of it into a frog pose for us, so that was cool. I'll definitely include some other handstand videos of her here soon, but she's awesome at them. Doing handstand holds has been really good for my shoulder. As I've talked about in previous videos, I'm coming back from a shoulder injury. It's still there. It's just going to be there, you know what, and I'm working with it. Another thing that I've been really focusing on is these really slow eccentric bubkas. It's mildly embarrassing, but I've never been able to go down, stop at my ankles, and come all the way back up. So that's my goal in the gym for the season. And also, these are front levers, and these are some of the main core exercises that I can do that are giving me the biggest bang for my buck right now. And I can't do over the head extended swings at this point with my shoulders, so the front levers are it. And here's Gabby doing some skin the cats. She's really good at those. They're great for your shoulders, but not right now for me. And then here I am getting back up there to work on my eccentric bubkas, and I'm just really trying to get the feel for that last little shoulder drop movement at the top of the jump. It's really difficult, so I'm trying to get the feel for it, and I also am very proud of the strength I have developed to be able to hold my body up there and hit that position.
Like even just come down 3 inches.
So a lot of times when people do bubkas on the ring, it's so easy because they go like all the way back here and then back up, but to make it harder, like keep your feet in line with the
in line with the rope.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are not to that point yet, all you do is just hang and touch your ankles to the bar and come back down. I'll do sets of 10 of these, and this is a great core exercise that sets you up to get to the next level, which is being able to go all the way up.
I drew this last year.
That's
The
beautiful.
butterfly. See? I was gonna draw some.
So cute.
Posing over her
things.
art. Woo! That was a good jump by Gabby, and this was my last 5 left jump practice. It was a good one. And now you're wondering, what else do pole vaulters do? Because it appears that we do just about everything. Let's see, drills, working on our pole drop, working on our plant. I've been emphasizing lately a lot on my pole carry, making sure it's exactly where I want it to be, because that really sets everything up, is the pole drop being smooth. And this drill here, just a little 2 left slide box, focusing on the top arm being all the way up before the impact on the box, instead of having a bend in my arm, which I have a bad habit of doing. All of the things, hurdle mobility. This is very important for warming up. Banded exercises, getting the glutes, the hamstrings, the hips firing, ready to go before every workout. Again, hurdle mobility, very good for all track athletes, really. And this is one of my favorite hip exercises. Because of my proximal hamstring tendinopathy, I've had to really focus more on hip mobility and stability. And this is one of my favorite mobility and stability exercises. Getting strong out there. Sun's out, guns out. And also, vaulters do quite a lot of sprinting, you know? We are sprinters, jumpers, and gymnasts combined. On this day, I was doing some runs at about 80% speed on the grass just to get the legs shaken out for a jump day and get a little bit of running in. But I have to be careful right now with the sprinting because of my hamstring, which is really annoying because I love to sprint. Early in the year, you will see vaulters doing running workouts, 150s and 200-meter repeats, but once season gets going, keeping things under 50 meters and most of our sprints with a pole in our hand is the way to go. We also do quite a lot of sprinting through wickets, plyometrics, and med ball throw type workouts. Here you're going to see me doing some resisted pole runs. I'm experimenting with these because it helps my hamstring tendinopathy to be held back a little bit from my top speed. I'm hoping that you're finding my videos both entertaining and educational because that is my goal. Here's Gabby being an absolute goofball, which is why we get along so well and make for great training partners.
My dad's from Venezuela, which is on the equator. And so I'm thinking, okay, if I'm half from the equator, then I have skin that can tolerate high UV. So
Meanwhile, I think my ancestors lived in a dark hole
in Iceland.
in like Norway or something. Actually, I'm Dutch. That's my heritage. Dutch and German.
We're all European.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos with your pole vault friends and your track friends. Everybody's welcome. I can't wait to see you in my next vlog, episode 6. Bye!
German-ish. I really like that too. Oh, yeah. Just because it's nice and flat.